This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Green and gold with envy.
Oh my god, it's Arnold.
Mean green, scream machines.
All that and more.
I would love to scare the shit out of Mike Tyson,
Do it.
but when he looks in the mirror, he does it for us.
No fit.
Welcome to the first episode of the Spooky Media Bros podcast for October. I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I am Ogami.
We are here, goddammit.
Bleh.
Finally, some spooky shit.
After so long of non-spooky shit.
After the Podcoin funeral.
Yeah.
That was almost
that was the segue into Spooky Month.
I would agree. That is absolutely correct. What better way to ride away from the normal format than with the Undertaker's music?
With death.
And then come back with death.
More death.
I don't even know if it's more death by the shit we're going to be talking about.
We died laughing. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
All right, so it's Cult Cinema Showdown 33. We're kicking Spooky Media Bros month off with a Cult Cinema Showdown matchup.
Indeed.
And I mean, this doesn't necessarily set the tone for the type of shit we're going to be doing because we're kind of covering everything. But damn, Troll 2 versus Leprechaun is this week's matchup.
And it may not be scary, but it has the horror tone to some degree to fit in. So
It's comedy horror.
yeah, it doesn't have to be like, oh my god, it's Freddy. Oh my god, it's Jason. No, it's a fucking leprechaun and evil Ewoks.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Well, I mean, they could have called it that, the Ewoking Dead.
Ewoking Dead.
Yeah, they could have called it that, and it would have been fucking great.
Like I said earlier, they didn't get the role as the Ewoks back in the day, so they're like, you know what? We're angry. 7 years later, we're angry.
They're pretty fucking angry. I'll give them that. All right, let's kick this fucker off with Troll 2. Look, this is obviously one of the most talked about cult films that's ever happened. It is absolutely just as popular amongst its fans as The Room is amongst its fans, and Samurai Cop amongst its fans. It's one of those. Like, we always talk about some of these cult films we cover, and it's like, oh, they have that quality, but do they reach the heights that some of these do in terms of rabid fan base? This is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not hard to see why.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally start off. There's no like real introduction. I don't even think they put a fucking title card up for this movie, or I must have missed it if they did.
Because we were just too engrossed with the action sequence movie music.
Yeah,
That followed everything that was starting off.
Yeah, because the movie starts off with this young boy named Joshua being told a bedtime / fairy tale by his grandpa. And it's about goblins. This man is being chased. Peter, I think his name was Peter. This man is being chased through the woods. And then he comes across this voluptuous, beautiful lady with
Very large freckles.
yeah, very large dotted freckles.
I mean, she looks like a Raggedy Ann doll come to life. Not in that sense. Like, everything else is like normal, but her face just looked like a doll.
All they were missing was like stamping like the little rosy red cheeks on. Unless they were there. I don't fucking know, but still.
Have a triangle nose.
Right. But anyway, like in the story, the grandpa is telling Joshua that, oh my God, he gets engrossed by this woman, and he's like fawning over her, and she's gonna save him, and all this other bullshit.
Flora and fawning.
It made me laugh though when you were like, they just trample over him. The goblins just trample over him. There's nothing that happens. They just ooh, and he fucking falls over.
Yeah, I found that hilarious. Like he did like a somersault into the ground. I was like, oh shit, I tripped.
It falls.
He falls into fall.
He does,
just like we did.
Exactly. But anyway, yeah, she gets him to drink this green nasty. It looks like the Shamrock Shakes from McDonald's, dude.
For a limited time only.
Yeah, just wait till March. You'll be able to get it. So anyway, she makes him drink this shit, and legend has it in the story that the goblins do this to turn their victims into a vegetable state, and they eat them. Not literally like
a coma or stuff like that.
No,
it's
literal
plant proteins.
Yeah.
Why do goblins want to eat veggies?
I don't fucking know, dude. I just thought about that. What is it? Toil and trouble. What the fuck is it? That old like it's like a witch phrase or some shit.
Double toil and trouble.
Double soil and trouble.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
And troll.
Troll.
Soil and troll.
Troil.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's so he learns about this shit, and then we find out that the grandpa is just a spirit because his mother comes into the room and she's like, "Are you talking to Grandpa again?" Blah, blah, blah.
Grandpa died.
Grandpa Seth is dead, Joshua.
Yeah, this kind of is a fucked up part because he sees his grandfather, but the mom's like, "You need to forget about your grandfather." Like, so like aggressive about it. Dude, why would you tell your son to forget about his grandfather?
This bitch is psycho.
Yeah. And then she goes downstairs. Well, no, she meets up with Holly in her room temporarily. She's pumping iron for, I don't know, 8 o'clock at 9 o'clock at night. She's pumping iron.
She's been pumping iron since 8 o'clock that morning. Let's be honest.
I mean, she looked like she was.
I mean, like
she was just consistently doing that for this whole. Okay, so it's like a 5 to 10 minute sequence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she goes from Josh's room to Holly's room. She's pumping iron on a bench.
Mm-hmm.
She goes downstairs to talk to Michael, who's on the phone about the whole vacation thing that they're doing when they're switching homes with
her
somebody.
husband, their daddy.
And she goes and tells Michael, "Hey, he's psycho again. He's seeing his dead grandpa."
Yeah, because that's not normal. Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, like this whole sequence, like she makes it seem like it's a bad thing for him to see him.
It's stupid too. Like it's bullshit.
You miss your family. Why would you want them to be dismissed from that person's mind? Like, for real.
If we're nitpicking right off the bat, but goddamn, it's
Yeah.
it's.
But anyway, it fast forwards to Josh, and he's trying to sleep, and there's some random noises happening inside of his room.
Yeah, because he had asked his mom, "Were trolls real and or goblins real?" And she's like, "Goblins are not real."
This bitch has like such a like elaborately stoic face through the whole fucking film. Like she has her eyes bugged out the whole entire time.
Right. Well, anyway, like he hears this noise, like you said, and he goes with the flashlight to the window, and it's a dude that we find out later, or like not so far later, that is Elliot, which is his sister's would-be boyfriend.
Her beau.
Yeah, and this scares the fuck out of him, so he's hiding under the bed, and then he puts the ladder up to her window. And dude, her character is fucking stupid. It's the weirdest shit. This whole movie, but she was the weirdest part because he breaks into her room and she's still pumping iron. This is like, little did we know this was probably actually like 24 hours later that this fucking happened. She's still pumping iron.
24 hours later.
She was fucking watching Pumping Iron, the Schwarzenegger movie. She's watching Pumping Iron. She's sitting there. One, 2, 3.
In her mind,
4,
she's going,
5, 7. And she gets up 12.
with her 20 pounds of weight.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, so he busts in a room and scares the shit out of her, and she proceeds to just berate the fuck out of him. And here's where it gets confusing. Yeah. And we both noticed this shit, dude. You cracked me up with this though, because he goes in there and she starts be like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, my dad hates you, blah, blah, blah. And she taps him in the sack, and he's like, you trying to make me a homo? And she's like, it wouldn't be that hard of a job. And then she's like, my dad would come in here and, like, what'd she say? She was like, she'll snap off your little nuts and eat them.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, that's a nice line.
And then not even 5 minutes later.
Oh, we're going on vacation. Oh, can I come on vacation? Yeah, sure. What?
My dad hates you, but you should totally come on this trip. Just leave your friends behind, okay?
And that was another fucked up part about this bitch. She is so pressured into what her parents are telling her about Elliot that she portrays this same aggressive, manipulative tone with Elliot. It's like either it's your friends or it's me.
Bitch.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time. And then here comes the three morons at the window. Hey, you ready to go party? What are we doing up? And she's like,
What are we doing?
Really? What you said you didn't see him in a while.
Yeah.
And
So
he's
yeah.
And then he's like, oh, well, I'll be here tomorrow morning. We'll go on vacation. It'll be awesome. She's like, you remember, it's your friends or me.
Yeah, she's all tough and shit. And then I swear on everything, the immediate cut is to them in the car driving, and she is bawling her fucking eyes out because he didn't show up.
Quote, bawling.
Yeah. And
You
then
would have just waited 15 minutes.
I love it, though. They just start fucking arguing, and God, the whole thing where the mom is like, stop it, blah, blah, blah. And, dude, stop it. Now, Joshua, sing that song I like. It's literally fucking Row Your Boat.
Yeah.
I love that. It's that sing that song I like. I don't remember how it goes. And he's just sitting there like, Mom, do I really fucking have to? I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the head.
I'm going to strangle you whenever I get a chance. I mean, that's literally like the inner monologue of Joshua just the entire time. It's like, man, I just want to smother this bitch.
Dude, I fucking would too, honestly. It's... No.
I mean, shit, there was that one part of that drive where she turns around and Josh goes, hey, are you hungry?
Now watch me drive.
Now watch this drive.
Now watch this drive. But no, this is what makes me laugh. So Josh has a fucking daydream about turning into one of the plants that the trolls will eat. And it's really funny because it's like kind of grotesque. Now, this is a PG-13 movie, by the way.
Yeah.
So it was pretty grotesque, and they got away with it because all the effects were done in green. There was no blood in this movie. It was all like green goopy shit.
Goop juice.
Goop juice. Goop troop.
Goop troop.
I know it's DuckTales, but still. It's like goop.
It's the same
goop.
Disney.
Yeah, it's all Disney. Yeah. This was a Disney, though. Anyway, Disney, yeah. No, so Elliot winds up leaving for Nilbog, where they're going, which, goddamn, if you don't pick up what Nilbog is, Nilbog, stop what you're doing and think about it.
Get some help.
Yeah. Anyway, so they go down the road, and while this dream sequence happens, Elliot is with his friends in an RV, Arnold, Drew, and Brent, which we really only know who the fuck Arnold is for obvious fucking reasons.
Yeah, the other two really have no impact whatsoever.
And we don't care.
Yeah, they're there.
So the family in the truck passes them, which I thought was funny because she notices them and just gives them the finger as they're passing. He's like, oh, come on. that typical, like, oh, come on.
Come on, Holly.
Come on, man.
Come on, me.
Yeah, exactly. He probably would.
Yeah, that was a weird... I forgot about that one comment she made. It's like, I don't do group sex in the very beginning whenever at the house.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, too. I tried to forget about that.
Oh.
So Josh winds up seeing, air quotes, seeing his grandpa on the side of the road, and he fakes that he's got to puke, and they pull the car over, and he runs to him, and grandpa's like, you can't go to this town. Bad things are going to happen. And it turns out to be like a drifter.
Yeah. And he's just like, so can I get a ride?
Yeah, am I going to get a ride? It's like, no. No.
Which you will learn from the very beginning of this film all the way to the very end of this film. The director was very keen on close-ups.
Long, meaningless close-ups.
And he did this fairly often towards the beginning of the film, especially with the drifter, because whenever we would pan back to him, it was just like extreme face.
It's
like,
extreme close-up.
Yeah, it's like, About that right.
Anyway, so the whole reason the family is even taking a trip to Nilbog is because they're doing a vacation family exchange where basically a family goes and lives at their house and then they go and live at this family's house and they swap for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Really odd, but I mean, whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they get to Nilbog and they meet the family they're swapping houses with. And it's like Joshua starts noticing like their faces are all like scarred up and there's like chunks missing from some of their like skin around their nose and their fucking cheeks and stuff. And he just knows something's up.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's the one that sees his dead grandfather
Exactly.
everywhere.
I see dead people. I see old people. So this is where the movie starts getting even more funny. So he's heeding his grandfather's warning.
Yeah.
Don't let them eat, because the way it happens is the trolls or goblins have poisoned this food, and anything that they eat in this town will turn them into the vegetable shit for the fucking goblins to eat.
The vegetable shits, yeah.
The vegetable shits. Cody, so what does Joshua decide to do whenever it's time for him to take the initiative to stop his family from eating?
Well, let's back up for a second, because there was a part where everybody sees the food on the table, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's hospitality. It's country hospitality.
Well, no, this is the scene I'm talking about.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
What does it say on the door? God damn it.
Yeah. No, it's literally they made a massive feast of food.
Oh yeah, this
Okay.
is.
I mean,
It looks
everything.
good.
Everything is covered with something green. Like even the corn has green butter on it. Like whatever. So he sees his grandfather out in the window, and he tells him, "What do I do?" He's like, "Okay, here's what you'll do. You have 30 seconds to figure something out."
It's like fucking Ed 209 from
Yeah.
RoboCop. You have 30 seconds to comply.
Yeah. So he snaps his fingers, and everybody in the kitchen freezes. And Josh looks, and he's like, He's like the Kazoo Kid face, just, what am I gonna do?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
So he gets to, I mean, I'm sure he's past 30 seconds at this point. He's like, I gotta do something. And he starts unzipping his pants while standing on top of the chair.
The fucking director zooms in on his dick.
Yeah, and then the next thing you see is them dumping the food in the trash.
This is a kid, and the director had the forethought to be like, no, let's just zoom on the crotch and then cut it right whenever like the zip starts to happen. It's fucking gross.
Yeah, it was not necessary. We got the point. But yeah, Mom and Holly are basically cleaning out the kitchen with all the peon food.
Peons.
Yeah.
I love when Josh is getting carried by Michael up the stairs. No, Daddy, please. And then fucking the mom, don't hit him. Like,
Yeah.
don't hit him.
Yeah, she sits there and yells like, "Please, Michael, don't hit him."
And
No.
I love it though. He's holding him, and I'm gonna let you get to that other part, but it's funny because he's like, you see what it says there on the door? Hospitality. And he fucking basically uses his son as a battergram and just puts the door open, and he just slams him into the bed.
No,
It looks gross.
the fucking funny part to me was when they were walking down that hall. It's like, you see what's on this door, Josh?
Yeah.
You know what it says? Hospitality.
Hospitality.
And it had their names.
Brother.
It had their fucking names on the door. He's like, you know what that is? Hospitality.
Yeah.
That was like Michael's one phrase that he used throughout the whole movie. No, this is hospitality. Yeah.
If he was in Mortal Kombat, it would have a hospitality instead of a fatality.
You win. Hospitality. Slain Josh with
Yeah.
hospitality.
Can you just imagine like the fight screen? It's like reptile, dun, dun, Michael. Like what?
Round one. Fight.
Round one, eat.
Don't eat.
Eat, don't eat. Nope. But no, it just made me laugh. He just looks at him, and Michael proceeds to give Josh with this whole spiel about like, we're gonna have to tighten our belt loops because we're gonna have to fast now because there's no food, and I've done it many times before. Blah blah blah. And you know something, son? You can't piss on hospitality.
All before that, though, he was
Just fucking.
he was unbuckling his pants, and Josh goes, "What are you doing, Dad?"
It's so gross.
I'm like, hold on. I didn't sign up for this fucking shit.
No, we didn't.
No, back up. But yeah, he was basically tightening his belt so he can, fast, which, okay.
Let's talk about the RV people. Let's talk about Arnold. Let's talk about Elliot and the two dipshits that are with them.
Yeah, so they're like on this idea that they're these very...
There's women in Nilbog.
There's voluptuous single women in Nilrog.
Fuck, why?
Or Nilbog, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I was going to say, why? Nilbog's not... No, there's not going to be women in a town called Nilbog.
No.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, there are, but not to that one.
Yeah, so Arnold goes outside for a cigarette, and he sees this random woman and chases her down. And then the woman claims that there's monsters. And surprisingly, instead of the whole, like, no, monsters don't exist kind of thing, he fucking turns around and sees them and legitimately is like, leave her alone. Just so matter-of-factly.
Yeah.
Dude, you had me fucking rolling in this one because, like, I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid. Okay, so a lot of this is a little more like some of the sequences are brand new to me again.
Yeah.
That fucking stick,
The javelin, the very well placed javelin.
Man.
Okay, so just like the last, Cult Cinema with Raiden doing this flips. It was just so fucking funny how in one sequence his hair was down, next sequence his hair was up when
Yes.
he flipped. So how does a 2-foot high troll throw a stick literally straight in the air, arcs it down, and goes straight into Arnold's chest?
The stick is taller than the troll.
Yeah. Like, just the way that he angled it, it was just, I don't understand how it went into his chest like that.
I keep saying troll because the movie's called Troll, but God,
They're
Troll
fucking
2,
goblins.
They're goblins, and it was supposed to be called goblins.
Because they're trolling the whole fucking audience.
and it's got nothing to do with the first Troll. Now that that's out of the way.
The more you know.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, wait, yeah. The more you know. There it went.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then he's like, ah, and they fucking escape and they get to this church, church, chouse, hearse, whatever the fuck you want to call it, dude.
No, because the chick was like, let's go into that house.
Yeah, and it's literally a fucking church. It looks like a church.
It is a church.
Exactly. But let's go into this house.
It just reminds me of Leprechaun. It's like, looks like a church.
It
Smells like a church.
It sounds like a church.
Tastes like a church. It is church.
I want me communion gold.
Me communion wafers. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Wafer Sutherland. Fuck. Anyway, so they get into this place, right? And you pointed out too what this place looked like, man. It looks. I was writing something similar down, and you pointed out what this place looks like.
It was like a greenhouse sex dungeon.
And I had literally was writing down an eco-friendly sex dungeon, like down on the fucking page.
If Poison Ivy had a fucking porn site, that would be it.
Yeah,
I mean, no shit. You had vines growing out of every fucking crevice you can think of. They had like these science-looking, experiment-looking tables and shit all around. And then there's this fucking voluptuous-looking bed. Very, very red, very erotic-looking bed.
and then basically Bellatrix Lestrange, like the early years, pops out of nowhere, but her name is Credence in this movie.
Which I will give this character the most props because she was probably the most
Convincing.
convincing and entertaining portrayal of this whole fucking film, even though she was very over the top.
Yeah, and you kind of have no choice to be over the top in a movie called fucking Troll 2 and the shenanigans that happen therein.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so this happens, right? She tricks, because he's injured, right? So she tricks them into fucking drinking this goop. And first off, he is just frozen in place, but you don't find out until a couple minutes later. Old girl drinks the shit and starts like vomiting green.
Yep.
And she climbs up the stairs, and Credence is just sitting there the whole time, like, you've been poisoned and blah, blah, blah. And la, 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 la.
Why does she go up the stairs?
It's that old horror trope, man. Motherfuckers are running up the stairs to get away when they should be running out the front fucking door.
Okay.
I'm not saying that they did it on purpose, but I'm sure they did it on purpose. Like,
But anyway, yeah.
laugh my ass off. She's like, "Come, my children, feast." Because she starts cocooning into a giant green turd on the table. Or on
Green
the floor.
jello.
The jolly green jello.
Yeah. The not so jolly green.
Boy, you made me laugh though when all the goblins start running out, and you were like, "Oh, look, it's us at a buffet."
Yeah.
Swear to God, it looks like me and Cody. If we go to a buffet together, we're fucking
Hobbling with a good grin on our face, like
hobbling like goblins up
Yep.
to it.
Look at that green goo everywhere.
And this is like obviously the most infamous scene in this fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me.
My God! She's dead.
Yeah, she's dead. Oh my God!
Oh my God! I'm a tree.
She's dead.
Oh my God! I'm a tree.
I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. Girl, I'm a tree to ride.
Don't bark at me.
Just plant your feet right where you are.
Don't leave me. She leaves me.
I'm gonna chlorophyll your soul.
Get to the root of the problem.
You think your dreams are soiled now.
Now get glucose to me. Let's branch out our love.
Our album's dropping in 2020, guys.
Like an apple from a tree.
That's right. We're gonna be growing money like leaves on trees.
Just ripe for the picking.
And when it happens, oh my God, we're a tree.
We're treated right.
Any fucking way that happens. And we get to the weird workout sequence where the fucking sister is like, I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but she's practicing telling Elliot off in front of this mirror.
By dancing like an 80s chick.
And then, much like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episode, Grandpa just fucking appears like Zordon.
Grandpa and Zordon.
Alpha. Joshua. Credence has escaped. Assemble teenagers in an RV with attitude.
Go Power Strangers.
Wee, wee, wee. They all had colored shirts too.
Yeah.
There was like a blue, red.
Arno was blue. I think it was Drew that was yellow.
And then the other dude had like an orange pinkish like shirt.
I thought he was flesh color because he had no shirt on at one point.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
None of this matters.
And then Elliot was the White Ranger.
Yeah. And then obviously all the fucking goblins were the Green Rangers that had to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole town is green. So
Yeah, because I mean that's pretty much the idea you get from Credence is just like, after 100 years, I'm hungry.
it's time to conquer the buffet.
Joshua.
Gordon.
Gordon Ramsay. Kill those fucking wankers.
Does this leaf look cooked?
What are they? Idiot sandwiches.
It's an idiot veggie burger. Fucking Christ.
But no, Grandpa Gordon.
Zordon
Gordon. Yeah, he freaks out Holly and she runs and it's like, oh my God, Grandpa's in the mirror. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to like jump through some of this other shit because I'm looking down and there's so much
useless shit.
There really is. Okay, so to make a long story short, for like a little bit of this, nobody in the RV is anywhere near concerned with finding Arnold whatsoever. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, like there's no reference to the cartoon. Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
I mean, granted, it was a little bit later, but
Yeah, and then it cuts back. There's no food in the house because obviously he's pissed all over all the food.
Yeah.
So cuts back.
And that made them pissed.
Yeah, exactly. They were pissed off because their food was pissed on.
Mm-hmm.
So Yellow Stranger starts to jog like somewhere. Don't know where the fuck he's going, but he's going somewhere. He's going somewhere where Sheriff Gene Freak
Now
picks him up.
this
Now,
guy this guy fucking rolls up in his cop car, right? And he's
his
just
cock car.
He's like, where are you off to?
Going into town.
Oh, well, hop a ride. I'll give you a ride there.
Oh, I bet you will.
Yeah,
I drive a stick shift.
Yeah, I want to be a freak in your gene.
I want to put my freak in your jeans.
Yeah. So what does he do on the way over there to make him feel more hospitable? He gives him a fucking green sloppy Joe. Mm-hmm. It's like, here, eat up. You look famished.
Then he just drops him off at the town where he starts to sweat the green, goes inside. Well, everybody in the town just stares at him. It's so fucking uncomfortable.
But I'm going to say this because I have different humor levels than most people. So if you're offended by this, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, but just bear with me for a second. So whenever he drops off Drew and he's like, where are all the women at? And Cop just like, ha!
Yeah.
Ha! Women.
He's just like, ha!
Ha! Women!
Yeah, women, no! And drives away.
But no, Drew walks up to literally nothing but older men. And it made me sit there and feel like it's the straight guy going to a gay bar for the first time and being looked at by every gay guy that's in their 40s or above.
Yeah.
It's just that weird, awkward tension of like, okay, I do not belong here at all. And it was just strange how they're all just staring there. I'm like, I want to get my green goop in you.
Mm-hmm. But it's funny though, because like it's any like uncomfortable situation where you get just dropped into it. You're just like, not that would be uncomfortable, but I think for people, just the idea of people you don't know just fucking staring you down and you don't know what their intentions are. You're like, what the fuck? So what does he do? He just is like, fuck, I'm gonna ignore these guys and I'm gonna go fucking order a coffee at the counter.
That's the devil's juice.
Oh, well, egg?
No.
Bacon?
No.
Oh.
What do y'all have? We
got this green shit.
Nilbog milk.
Nilbog milk. Nipple milk.
Nipple milk.
Nipple milk.
Nipple.
So he gives him like this nasty ass milk.
Non-refrigerated milk. By chance.
Yeah, so he's like, here, drink this and go give it to your friends and shit. Okay, so the town people outside
Are still there.
and they tell him to go meet Joshua at the church.
No.
I mean, not Josh.
Arnold.
Arnold, yeah. So
At the house.
Yeah, at the house, the church, the whatever. Take the
The
woods
chouse.
to get there. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the Hirsch.
Yeah, and then so we go to that place, and then Credence Repulsa is fucking talking. After 10,000 years, I'm a tree.
10,000 years of green.
So she's talking to Groot. I mean Arnold, because he looks like Groot at this point. He's a fucking potted plant. And then you cut back to Josh and his dad in town with a vegetable cookbook, where Josh figures out that Nilbog is gobbling backwards.
Because he happens to look at the side mirror in the vehicle and is like, oh no! What are we gonna do?
And dude, hang on, man. Because this fucking... So we go back to the yellow stranger who's fucking jogging in the woods, and he drinks the milk and fucking spits it out.
It's so damn hot. Milk was a bad choice.
That's pretty much what fucking happened, dude.
I can't tell you how much I love Anchorman. I immediately saw that as soon as I saw that scene.
He just drinks.
Milk was a bad choice.
It's so damn hot. I love it.
It's so damn not milk.
Yeah, no shit. But anyway, so that happens, and then Credence shows up at the family's house, and she tries to give them pudding, which whatever. And
It's a fucking cheesecake, okay?
Yeah.
I don't understand where you get pudding from. Stupid bitch.
this is what made us really fucking laugh. So, fucking Joshua goes into the church house and he's peeking in on the townsfolk having a meeting, and he's just like looking down into the fucking crowd of people. And we were just bullshitting, and I was like, this is fucking hilarious. You know, we were like, and I made like a comment. I was like, oh, look, he's looking for all the Podcoin at the Podcoin funeral we just had. And no sooner than I fucking said that, he just goes, they're here. So, ladies and gentlemen,
he's like, they're still here.
Yeah, they're still here. So apparently, pod coins are still found wherever in the building we had this funeral in, somewhere. So
Charity's still there. All the podcasters that committed to eulogy still there.
Yeah. I think we're the only ones that walked out and left.
Josh was like, they're still here.
DJ's still pissed off about Stitch Fix not being a thing, and
Stroking his ego.
and finally, I think Jeff may have finally fucking made it to there, and he's got his Java chip frappuccino, and he's just he's as happy as can be.
And those idiots with their freaking yacht.
Fuck.
They rode in on their yacht.
Yeah, the idiot savants show up on a yacht on the gravel. There's not even water. They just
We're here.
yeah. I wish that would have been this movie.
Yeah.
So
Podcoin the movie.
if you don't know what we're talking about, please go back and listen to the last episode we did.
Please.
But if you do know, there you go. That's what was happening. He was looking for all the fucking Podcoin. So anyway, so they fucking take him and they try to force feed him ice cream.
Like homemade quote. But my favorite part of this is Pastor Kenny Loggins.
He fucking does look like Kenny Loggins, dude.
I'm telling you, like, I'm just sitting there just thinking of Danger Zone and Footloose and
I went to the stranger zone. I went to the
ice cream zone.
ice cream zone. The Borden zone.
Yeah.
The Bluebell zone. We're in the South. We have Bluebell ice cream, goddammit.
But yeah, they capture Josh. They made him try to eat some handmade ice cream.
Well, here's what pisses me off, okay? The dad shows up, right? Like, he doesn't even think anything suspicious is going on. It's the most awkward interaction. He doesn't really look like anything suspicious is going on. He just takes Joshua and he's like, oh, well, we're going to leave. And apparently, he also has very keen eyesight because from, 2 football fields away, he spots his fucking daughter who just up and punched the fuck out of
Elliot
at the RV. Like, that came out of nowhere. How did she find out where they were at and remember how to get there? Because they passed it on the way to Nilbog. It couldn't have been, that close.
I don't think it's mostly the keen sense of eyesight. I think he just has like a sixth sense for his daughter because the parent or his kids actually, because he just happens to find both kids just out of nowhere.
As if the script told him where to find them.
It's like, if you have that moment where like Aquaman summoning like fish pets,
Yeah.
where he's doing that whole thing with his head like doo doo doo. He's like, oh, there's my kids right there.
No. This is how it went. Michael's driving. He's like, dude, I need to find my kids. Hang on. Let me find it. Page 52, scene 55.
See, Josh is at a
Okay, here it is.
at a basement
He said
with a
basement.
congregation.
And
Holly's at the RV. Oh, okay.
okay, let's go. Just drive it off.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
But yeah, he picks the kids up. They head back home.
Elliot goes with him too.
Yeah, because suddenly now he makes a decision. It's Holly. What about us, bro?
Fuck
what
you.
about y'all?
What about you? Fuck yourself.
Yeah. Go find Arnold.
Get out of here, eh? Just go. There's nothing to see here. Just go.
Go poke the dead body behind Old Navy.
Just go. Go to Nilbog, eh? Go. Get out of here.
Go poke the dead body. Eh?
So the yellow stranger gets to the house and sees Arnold. And he tears the fucking tree bark off of his mouth. And without missing a beat, Arnold is calm as can be. Like, he's not even freaked the fuck out. He's just like, just get me out of here.
I can't believe she did this. I can't believe she turned me into a tree. How could you have done this to me? Neil Green.
How could you have done this? How could you have committed chlorophyll? I cannot believe you committed chlorophyll. I cannot believe you committed pesticide.
Yeah.
How could you have done this? How could you have committed pesticide? After all we've been through, Arnold, I can't pull you out of this one.
No.
He literally can't pull him out of the fucking pot. He's just dragging him across the floor.
And as still as can be, Arnold's just sitting there like... He rolled his one eye that was exposed, just like, oh God. But, Credence just out of nowhere pops up, like, what are you doing? Ah!
Oh, God. And this turns into like the Nilbog Chainsaw Massacre. Because she's like, I'm going to turn you into a milkshake for your little friend. You won't feel a thing. Just a little tickle.
And where does she go? Down below.
And he just like, be there. Yeah.
You're barking up the right tree.
Exactly. He's just like, Jesus fuck.
But yeah, the Waits family finally goes back to the house.
This stupid bitch.
Come to find out, Diana, the mom,
Dirty Diana.
is amongst all of the townsfolk.
Because she's Dirty Diana.
And they're having like a little hoedown.
Literally. Because she's Dirty Diana.
Because she's the hoe that's down. And the family walks in like, what the fuck is going on? Diana's like, Michael!
Yeah, I love it. She just kind of turns around. Oh, Michael! Fucking bug-eyed bitch. God
She
damn.
never, like, she's always on a 24/7 cocaine binge or something. Like, she's wired.
She needs eye drops, dude. Like, this is I swear to God, I've never seen anybody need eye drops.
I swear to God.
Yeah, literally. Never seen anybody need eye drops more than this bitch.
Man, too much caffeine, too much cocaine, too much something. Somewhere in Nilbog.
Somewhere in Nilbog.
Nilbog connection.
Jesus fuck.
The cocaine's not white, it's green.
It's green. Co-grain.
But yeah, like apparently there's this big celebration because everybody suddenly feels bad about how they confronted Michael and everybody at the congregation.
Yeah.
So they prepared them all this fucking food. Like, oh yeah, go eat. All this fucking green covered shit everywhere.
And they send Joshua to his room because he still is like, they're trolls and they're goblins and they're blah, blah, blah. They're whatever this movie says they are.
Go to your room.
Fuck. Who's that Pokemon? It's a goblin. Go to your room. No, it's a goblin. Go to your room. Fuck.
That's Pikachu. No, it's Jigglypuff. Fuck.
It's Bulbasaur.
No, it's Ditto. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so he goes upstairs, sees his grandpa on the fucking mirror, okay? Well, a goblin pops out of the mirror.
And it's fucking Credence.
Well, grandpa appears and chops her fucking hand off.
Yeah.
And then she, like, sucks back into the mirror. The mirror reassembles itself, and then she goes back to her little fucking church chamber.
After 10,000 years, my hand is free. It's time to conquer Stonehenge.
She fucking calls the goblins, Goblins, lend me your hand.
Watch my Arnold grow.
Dude, the whole hand just grows. Fuck, man.
But at this point, she looks like she fucking have a herpes outbreak. Cause she's like, all of her mouth is like just dried up and cankered and shit.
And she looks like she got punched in both of her fucking eyes.
So she puts her nub into the fucking crack of Stonehenge stone, and her hand grows back.
Magically.
Yeah, and
delicious.
She's like, okay. So to kind of give you like a visual reference of the noises that I'm making that she makes, she's like contorting her face as she's like screaming and moaning and grouchiness, whatever. Looking at her hand.
Like stupid shit.
Yeah.
So while all that's happening, Grandpa finds Josh, gets him a fire extinguisher. He's like, we got to do it. We got to take him out. We got to put the fire out. Then he tries to like Molotov cocktail them. But Kenny Loggins shows up and he's like,
Danger zone.
You didn't say the magic word.
Please, motherfucker.
So he takes it. And he tries to cast Grandpa back into hell. But Grandpa says, no, sir. I saw the Aerosmith Lightning Strikes music video. I know what the fuck to do. So he summons Joey Kramer, who fell out of the back of the fucking drum set. And then lightning hits and blows the Molotov cocktail and sets him on fire.
And he looks like the Running Man, just the Burning Man.
It like when Melvin and Toxic Avenger was running on fire.
Pretty much.
Falls down. So the family and everybody inside comes out and they put him out with a fire extinguisher and it reveals him to be a goblin.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now all of a sudden everybody remembers, but never once apologizes to Joshua for treating him like shit through this.
I would be laughing my ass off. I was like, Joshua, go to your room.
Fuck!
I told you I was right. Go to your room.
Who's that human on fire? It's Kenny Loggins. It's a goblin. Fuck!
So yeah, now the townspeople are like, Kenny Loggins is one of us and you killed him.
It's one of us now.
It's time to kill you.
Yeah, it is. So they all stare at him. They don't kill them. They just fucking stare.
Like, is this what they do to, like, murder people? They just, like, give them the death glare?
They bore you to death.
It's like, As they creepily walk into the house, everybody's just standing there.
They're just long camera shots of nothing happening, man. And then the trolls, they try to fucking lure the family out by throwing burgers their way, like poisoned burgers.
The fucking sheriff.
It's fucking Nilbog's, like Bob's Burgers.
Nilbog's Burgers.
Yeah, from fucking fast food. Jim Varney, he's back, but he's a goblin now, and he's just like, eat my Nilbog's burgers,
Bitch.
you bitches.
But yeah, the sheriff's just like, we got a bag of burgers just for you.
Get the bag of burgers. Fucking God. Let's talk about the next sequence where Credence gets younger and appears on TV to the leftover fuckface at the RV.
Yeah, which is, who the fuck cares?
Please inform everybody what happens here, dude, because I swear on everything, we thought some of this movie had awkward sequences. This is the most awkward fucking thing I have watched in quite some time.
So as he walks outside and he sees Credence Elvira, mistress
Of the dark.
of the dark, repulsiveness, she seduces him in her own way, grabs a fucking cob of corn, and it's like, yeah, I want you. Gets back in the RV, lays him down, pulls the fucking corn cob out, and he's like, I always like popcorn. Bitch, it's not popcorn. Anyway,
It's like
proceeds to slam the corn cob into the mouth, and they just like have this make-out session with the corn cob in between each other. And it's just popping popcorn kernels.
Corn hub.
Like, this is the weirdest fucking porn I've ever watched.
Corn on the cob. Everybody just, you don't know it until you've tried it.
If we didn't think this movie was corny enough,
They literally tell you,
but wait, there's more.
there's horror. But wait, there's horror.
So yeah, they literally have like a fuck fest with corn.
Fuck fest.
They fucking shuck. Okay.
Fucking and shucking.
Yeah. God, this is such a stupid scene.
How long is this fucking movie, dude?
Like an hour and a half. 35 minutes, hour and 35.
Yeah, so then Josh, this is where we start getting frustrated with the runtime of this film, okay? I mean, well beforehand, but really bad here. So Joshua decides we need to have a seance for Grandpa to come back and to help us, blah, blah, blah. Grandpa pops up. We have 10 minutes. Bitch, we still got 20 fucking minutes on film.
Yeah.
God damn.
What the fuck are you going to do with the other 15 minutes? Because it's like 25 at this point.
I don't know. But when this happens, Josh gets, I don't know what the fuck. He disappears and goes to the troll cave or the fucking troll church or whatever the fuck it's
Take me to church.
Yeah.
Or church. Or chouse.
Take me and get hurt.
Yeah. And yeah, he gets transported magically there while the fucking trolls decided, making our presence known again and again wasn't enough. We actually can go in the house now.
Hey, Grandpa just showed up, y'all.
Yeah.
Grandpa helps him out of a little sticky situation there, and he gives him this bag, and he's like,
Oh my God.
you have something in this bag, but use it only when you need it. Okay, Grandpa.
When
And
will I need it?
you'll know. Okay, sure.
So, how do they defeat the goblins, you may ask? How do they defeat Credence, you may ask?
Yeah, just to
With
skip over everything.
With the power of goodness. By touching the stone.
But the way they do this is so goddamn hilarious because they corner Joshua and he doesn't know what to do. So he reaches in his bag and they're trying to feed him this goopy shit, right? And we were 100% convinced. We haven't even spoken about this. We were 100% convinced that this movie is we don't have a problem with anybody and what they eat. This is just humor.
Right.
You know, like we were humorously thinking this is a vegetarian propaganda film.
It is.
And it's fucking hilarious, man. Because the whole time they're like, meat's bad. Devil's juice, coffee. Bacon? Nah, fuck that. Eggs? Oof. No, we don't have eggs.
But they would give milk
Yeah.
from the cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
Yeah, I mean, vegan, vegetarian, it's all, it's not all the same, but still, like, it's along these lines. We're just like, dude, okay.
Meat is bad. Mm.
Hey, so Cody.
Me be angry on film.
So,
Because no internet. Well,
Right.
Not real fast internet.
well, tell everybody out there listening, everybody that's listening, gather around. You sit there, you sit there, and you sit there. If you ever want to know how to defeat a vegetarian goblin,
Here's how.
Cody has the answer just for you. So listen closely.
What is that? It's a double-decker bologna sandwich.
Don't put that in your body. Think of the sodium. Think of the cholesterol.
The fat intake.
Eats the fuck out of it.
You know, I swear on my life that we would be perfect heroes for this film because we would sit there and walk around this whole fucking town. This goddamn bacon-covered shrimp is awesome, Richie.
It really is. And see, I stuffed my face full of turkey and cheese sandwiches off of that fucking sandwich tray at the funeral last week for a reason.
Yeah. And that fucking rum you chugged.
Telling you, man, I poisoned my body so they couldn't fucking eat me.
Feel that cholesterol just coursing down our bodies. Ugh.
I can feel it right now.
Yum. Look at this pig grease.
Gross.
Dude, like the whole fucking goblin kingdom would just die as soon as we walk into town. It's like, yep, they're here.
You just see like fat rippling. Like, they're here.
It's like the music video for Eat It.
Dude, hell yeah. Eat it and fat. Weird
Yeah.
Al. Oh my fucking God. Yeah. So they all touch the stone. All the goblins fucking die. The family goes home. Now the mom, it's just the mom and Josh. She's like, I'm hungry. She eats an apple. And he's just like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to eat for another 20 years. And she's like, well, I'm going to go take a shower and take a nap. Okay. So Josh goes upstairs. I guess he hears some weird shit. He goes around the house, looks in the shower. There's green Jell-O and shit everywhere. And yeah, so he just goes downstairs and dude, I swear this may be the greatest ending of. It's not the greatest ending, but it's probably one of the funniest endings of all the movies we've watched. She is on a table being devoured by these trolls. And the way that it looks and sounds is just fucking phenomenal. Hey, Joshua, you want some?
Come eat your mom.
We fucking lost it when that happened.
First of all, no.
Stop
it.
Second of all, when they zoom out, she has vegetable titties. They literally had like green like titties molded out with nipples on them.
It's like a Jell-O mold of a half-naked chick. Like, 'cause they didn't have any legs or no head, but it's like half-naked.
Gelatin gelatits.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, and then it just basically ends on Joshua's doing the Home Alone screen. Ah! And then
And
that's it.
end scene. That's fucking Troll 2. Why did we spend that much time on this fucking movie?
How could you have done this to ourselves? I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe we committed pesticide.
Yeah.
Well, I think before we move the fuck on to the next movie, we are usually known as the Super Media Bros, but we're the Spooky Media Bros this month. Spooky. But if you like soccer, there are some other bros that share our network. It's Spooky Soccer.
Soccer ball.
Spooky Soccer Ball.
No, it's not spooky.
No. But if you like soccer, American or European soccer, there are other bros on our network that talk about soccer. Bros talking soccer.
My name is Dave Knittel.
I'm Christian Knittel.
And my name is Matthew Knittel.
We are the three hosts of the Bros Talking Soccer podcast. You may have noticed that we all have the same last name. Well, that's because we are brothers, bros, talking soccer. Get it?
On Bros Talking Soccer, we talked about what's happening in American and European soccer.
We also have interview episodes where we talk with guests working on grassroots projects in American or European soccer.
Follow us on Twitter at BT Soccer Pod or visit our website, brostalkingsoccer.com, for more info.
All of our shows are recorded on YouTube, where you can come interact with us as we record.
Bros Talking Soccer is available on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Just search Bros Talking Soccer. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Kick it.
I was air drumming the whole fucking time.
Yeah, it was like some awesome like 90s punk, garage.
It sounds like the
alternative.
Yeah, it sounds like the Friends theme song a little bit there. Speaking of Friends, let's move on to the second film, Leprechaun, from 1993.
AKA before Rachel had friends.
Yeah. This is Jennifer Aniston's first movie, you guys.
The bane of her existence.
Really, it is. She does not like to talk about this fucking movie and cringes anytime it gets brought up. So we're here to bring it up for like probably the next 30, 40 minutes for
to make her cringe.
Exactly.
By some damn chance she
Leper
hears,
cringe.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Leper cringe.
Yeah. So how does this movie start? Well, a lot better than the first one.
Yeah. So the movie starts with this old man by the name of Grady. He owns a farm that he lives in with his wife. He's got this limo driver, just pulls up to the fucking joint, gets out, tips him. Wife comes out. She's like, "What are you doing? You're drunk, blah, blah, blah." And he's apparently had gone to get his mother's ashes or some shit from the funeral or whatever.
In Ireland.
Yeah, in Ireland. But he doesn't come back with his mother's ashes. Because his ashes are not, the ashes are not in this big vase.
No.
It's a shit ton of gold in a bag.
The pot of gold.
Yeah. The fucker found a leprechaun, got the gold,
and then ran off.
Just split town.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably sitting there. He's just like, "Oh, mom's dead." Gold appears. "Fuck you, mom." Runs away.
Gold just ruins every relationship with anybody. Oh, fuck you, gold.
Gold. Goalie, 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 gold.
But yeah, it ends up confronting the leprechaun because he wants his pot of gold. And then somehow he grabs a 4-leaf clover after the leprechaun basically makes his wife fall down a set of stairs.
Breaks her neck.
Yeah. And he has a revolver and just shoots him. Puts him in this crate. And while he's, nailing it down, you hear the leprechaun's like, "This is not going to keep me here."
Yeah, he's like, "I'll come back. Your bullets won't stop me."
Yeah.
Nails him into this box, puts the clover on top of it so he fucking can't leave, and so the leprechaun causes the old man to have a stroke.
Yeah.
Because revenge. 10 years later. Tori and her father, which, Cody, dude, you nailed it. You fucking nailed it, okay? Jennifer Aniston plays Tori, who is supposed to be a teenage girl. Why the fuck does it look like her and her dad are a couple, man?
Because it does. Because at this point, Jennifer Aniston's 24 years old. How in the hell is she supposed to pull off a 18 or younger teenage daughter? Also, the guy is really not that much older.
No, fuck no.
He may have some like salt and pepper looking hair and shit, but he looks like a richer, older, like money daddy or sugar daddy.
Pretty much. And she's a spoiled bitch in this movie. Like, that's her character, is that she's this spoiled city girl that doesn't appreciate any of this stuff.
No.
Questions like, why are we at this farm? Why are we here? What are we doing? I need sunshine and city and shopping and shoes and dicks in my ass and all the things in between.
Mm-hmm. But as soon as she tries to book it and go to book a hotel room, we get, was it Nathan?
Yep.
Yeah. He pops up with paint there and runs into her, and she's just suddenly changed her mind. It's like, oh, well, now I don't want to go anywhere.
There's a cock here.
Yeah.
There's a cock. I repeat, there is a cock.
Yeah. You think we're kidding? We're not.
No, that's pretty much it.
So she decides to stay, and now we get introduced to Alex and Ozzy along with Nathan, who are basically 3 bros who paint. They're house painters or whatever.
Yeah. And I don't know exactly because I only guessed at maybe that Alex is Nathan's younger brother, and then Ozzy is just a friend of theirs that helps them out. Which they don't come out and necessarily say what is wrong with Ozzy, but Ozzy has like a mental disorder or like something of the sort,
Right.
and and I'm not using the term like in a negative way, but like I think he's got a mental retardation, or I'm trying to figure out what a better term for that is, but in so many ways at the time in 1993, that's really what they were going for. And he's not even so much that. They just basically make like they allude to the fact that he's just not smart,
Right.
but it's not in a nice way.
Yeah.
So he's the lovable, like I want to say from us to this character, he is a lovable goof, because that's what I want to say that he is. But anyway, he doesn't really get what's happening in the real world. He's kind of very much stuck at a youthful age where he still believes in magic,
Right.
because he's talking to Alex, who is 10 years old, about magic and shit. So I mean, there's the introduction to these characters that we're gonna get for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tori decides to stay so she can impress Nathan, basically.
Yeah, and they try to paint the house and have these little lovable moments, which nobody cares. Yeah, and then there was a point where I'm trying to remember how it all happened.
Well, Ozzy goes down to the basement.
Right, and he sees the leprechaun.
Yeah, well, no. First, no, Tori goes into the basement, and she gets frightened by Nathan, who was down there, and they try to open this giant box, because he's like,
right.
are you scaredy cat? Are you chicken and shit and all this other stuff? And she's like, no. Well, Ozzy screams outside. Turns out he got splashed with a paint bucket, because accidents happen.
Right.
So that's when they send him in to go clean up, and then he hears, the leprechaun is like mimicking something from downstairs. I want to say like somebody's trapped in the box, basically.
Yeah. But what I noticed with this film, and I think that was kind of the intention with the director and shit like that, this was like a advertisement for shoes, like heavily, because there was sequences where Tori was going down the steps in the basement, and you just see her
LA Gear shoes.
LA Gear shoes like heavily stuck on them. When Ozzy went down the stairs, he would stop frequently, and you would see the Converse, like he would turn his feet to where you can see the Converse circling the star. And he was like, hello, anybody? And he would just step down with his feet literally to the side.
Yeah, and then Alex had those like old school like Reebok pump shoes. So,
but they play on the lore with leprechauns, like they love shoes. They're shoemakers. They like to shine shoes, stuff like that. So I think in a way they were kind of an excuse to advertise shoes.
A little bit.
So.
And the movie had like kind of a serious script, and it kind of took like a comedic tone when Warwick come on, because I think they wanted him to just kind of play it straight, and Warwick was like, no, this character needs some
comedy.
Yeah, it needs some character, because Warwick Davis is a really great actor, so and the fact that he pulls this character off in such a way that it's just like Robert Englund with Freddy Krueger, I don't think anybody else will ever play him as good.
No.
So aside from that, Ozzy's downstairs, and he helps him out of the fucking crate, which he just busts out of that bitch, and he's just like, haven't eaten in 10 years. He fucking eats this like roach on him, and just, gross. Anyway, he scares the fucking shit out of Ozzy, and Ozzy runs out, and then immediately, because he's got the mental state that he's got, there's a leprechaun in the basement, and of course nobody's going to believe him.
All right.
So we get this trope throughout the rest of the movie. And they go downstairs and they investigate, and that's when they're just like, oh, they find this rat, and they're just like, oh, I think we found your leprechaun. And it's like, very funny, you fuckers. Yeah. And I think this is where they go back upstairs and Ozzy sees the rainbow.
Yeah, and they go to this old beat up like 1930s or 40s truck, something like that.
Him and Alex go.
And they find the gold piece on the seat, and then eventually the magic spell just dissipates from the bag, and Alex finds the actual bag of gold, and they swore a pact like, oh, no one will ever know about our gold but us. And then we get, I guess it's a touching moment per se, but it kind of explains a little bit more about
their relationship a bit.
Yeah, with Ozzy and Alex. But Alex convinces Ozzy to keep the gold because they want to get an operation done on Ozzy's brain because of his slow state, his mental state.
Yeah, basically he says, we got to hide it. That way we can, make you smart.
Right. Which don't get us wrong. We don't expect like an operation to make someone smart. I mean, you're smart regardless of who you are and what mental state you have.
Yeah.
So
I think it was just a moment where it's just like, God, that, you know what I mean?
it tried to be a touching moment, but at the same time, I was like, oh, no, not really.
Yeah, it just came off not very, very well.
No.
Didn't come off well at all. But anyway, yeah, they run off and they hide the gold in the well.
Oh,
But yeah, right. But before that, this is what we were laughing at, and this is where I'm going to like come back to our humor because I am a very large man. I say very large. I'm fat. So he's like, well, you know how you can check and see if it's real gold, right? You just bite into it. Okay, there's a difference between barely biting into something and then just fucking eating it.
Just slurps it down. Oh,
He's
well,
like,
I didn't bite it.
Yeah, he was like, I swallowed it, and I swear to God, my immediate reaction was, you fat fuck! Like, I was just like, you fat fuck. He ate the whole coin.
But, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, the leprechaun winds up scratching Tori's leg because Nathan is going to go inside and get more paint because they're painting the house. And she goes, like, he walks in the opposite direction. She walks in the other direction to the truck. And
Yeah, and the leprechaun's, like, caressing her leg from underneath the truck. And she's like, oh, Nathan, stop it. And then scratches her leg
real hard.
She freaks out. Everybody comes running out. And the dad's like, oh, it must have been a possum. No, I know what a possum feels like. This felt like a human touch. And I'm like, of course you did.
What? Dad, I know what it feels like when a man caresses my leg. And I love how he just looks, he's like, you do?
Yeah. But next thing you know, we hear this cat meow. Oh. And the dad's like, it was just a cat. And they're like, oh, it sounds hurt. And you go into this, like, immediately into the tree.
The tree wall. Yeah, yeah.
And the dad's, like, pulling his hand in there. He's like, come here, kitty. And then just bites the fuck out of his hand. And it's the fucking leprechaun. Literally had a goddamn, like, mark from the very tip of his pinky down to the palm, like, bottom of his palm.
Looked like a fucking horseshoe.
Yeah.
Bit the fuck out of him.
So they immediately rush him to the emergency room, which they get into their truck, the painter's truck, which is like an old Ford.
Yeah, and the running gag for this truck is it never starts.
Unless you jiggle something in it.
Yep.
So Alex they open up the hood, and Alex goes and like wiggles a cord and then drops it back down. Oh, it starts.
Very true to life with a Ford.
But yeah, we progress. Tori's dad's in the hospital. Tori and Nathan go to the diner while Alex and Ozzy go to this like collector antique shop, basically.
Yeah.
And they show them the gold, the owner, the gold piece. And it's like, well, what is it? Is it worth anything? He's like, well, you might have like $500, but with historical value, it's priceless. So
but that's what cracked me up, dude. When they left in the farm, fucking Leprechaun runs into the fucking barn and just comes out like, and the camera obviously has sped the film up. You just hear, and then like a ching, like a bicycle, like bell. He's fucking tricycling after them.
Yeah, like Jigsaw, but fast.
Like lots of funny shit happens in this movie.
Yeah. But yeah, we get to this part, and the owner is like, well, can I hold on to this and study it some more? So they're like, only if you swear it stay between us. Okay.
And you already know what's coming.
Yeah, so while he's investigating this coin, here's the ching ching.
Oh, shit.
Shit about to go down.
It's that leprechaun again. It's that goddamn leprechaun again.
So he proceeds to put the gold piece in the safe, and the leprechaun throws his tricycle literally at him, but it rolls to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, what the fuck?
You want to play a game with me, gold?
He fucking gnaws his leg, like basically like immobilizes the guy. I don't know how he just doesn't like try and hobble out.
He falls over dramatically.
And the leprechaun looks at the wall, is like, time to play.
Yeah, you want to play a game?
And it's a pogo stick. And immediately whenever I saw this scene, I thought of freaking System of a Down with Jump.
Yeah.
Pogo, pogo.
Bounce, pogo.
Yeah, Bounce. That's what I couldn't think of the song.
Jump,
but yeah,
bounce, up,
down, pogo. But yeah, he kills the owner with a pogo stick.
With just one pogo stick?
With just one pogo stick.
Exactly.
But then the leprechaun turns and he sees this like one of those like kid-sized vehicles.
Yeah, like the fucking drivable Hot Wheels cars or whatever the fuck.
So he like magically soups it up and he proceeds to drive.
He speeds off in that bitch.
It's like
Too short, too luxurious. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here?
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But the short edition, like the short version.
Yeah, exactly. God damn, dude. Belfast to Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he gets pulled over by a cop.
Whose name is Trippet. Just keep that in mind.
And he's like, it's a little late for, a youngster to be out. And he's just like, I know, I'm 600 years old.
Cop's like, okay, you're full of shit. And giggles, I see that now.
So he claws the fuck out of his face and steals his gun and chases him into the woods.
Actually, he didn't steal the gun. He just like picks it up and goes, oh, throws it away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, God damn it, dude. I love this character so much.
But yeah, he chases Trippet down the fucking way into the forest. And he just magically trips over this, whatever the hell is in the fucking ground.
When a tree branch comes along, you must trip it. When a leprechaun chases you, you must trip it. Why the fuck?
When a cob runs away, you must trip it.
And then, God damn it, when he throws his baton, he can't find him, so he just throws his baton.
He just like, throws it.
Yeah, pretty much. So he goes and sits at a tree, and he gets his fucking neck snapped.
I just thought of something, which I'm going to revisit this later, but continue.
Yeah, he snaps his fucking neck, and he just like pokes it a couple times, and yeah, I mean, I think that's like
The end of the trip for Trippin'.
yeah, it is the end of the trip. Until next time, sir.
He was tripping.
See you next fall.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna go ahead and just like back up a little bit and apologize for that really shitty second rhyme for the Trip It joke because that was really fucking bad. But still,
yeah.
you get the point.
So Alex, well, before that, Nathan and Tori have this like argument about food, which again rolls with the theme of this episode. Apparently, oh, you can't eat meat. That's gross. Because she's from LA. She's all about the salads and the specific types of water. And he's just like, well, we got coffee, whiskey, and this.
Beer and burgers and steaks.
And then they have this fucking argument about, well, your shoes are made of cow leather. Ha, 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 ha.
It's more vegetarian propaganda, motherfuckers.
Ugh. But after that, Alex and Ozzy finally meet up with him. They're like, oh, where have you been? We were just at this place.
Dude, and then they decide to go back. Because they're in town. And now, I'm going to point this out. Nowhere else in this movie does her dad reappear. He's just gone for the rest of the movie. And it's at least another, like, day and a half, maybe, I think. Or, like, it's at least the rest of the night into the day. Because there's nothing else about him.
It's magically suspicious.
It is. Speaking of that, the leprechaun goes to their fucking house and ransacks the joint. He is, like, throwing shit out the cabinets. And another comedic point in the movie when he eats a box of Lucky Charms, but it's not Lucky Charms. It's, like, Lucky. It's a knockoff brand. So
Lucky Clovers.
That's it. And he just just spits it out because apparently it's damn hot and cereal was a bad choice.
Yes. No milk.
No milk. Poor bastard.
Yeah.
And then he breaks out like the little handheld mirror and he's just like, oh. It's like, just stroking his eyebrows and like, admiring himself. And it's funny.
Now, at first, he freaked himself out. He's
he's like,
Ugh.
And then after he does all this shit, this little bastard proceeds to shine every fucking pair of shoes in this house. And there's a lot of them.
Yeah, he must have went through like 6 or 8 pairs.
Oh,
just
my God.
Initially.
It was fucking hilarious. Like, he's just like,
Shine, shine, shine.
just
It's like getting a freaking erection with a leprechaun.
a Shurection.
Yeah, a erection.
Oh God!
I gotta polish this one off.
God. He does. He spits on the shoe and fucking shines it.
It's like rainbow.
Like a rainbow in the dark. Anyway,
But yeah, the rest of the gang comes home.
they're like the Scooby Squad, dude. It's swear to God, it's like a Scooby Doo
Yeah,
mystery.
got another mystery in our hand, gang. But yeah, the whole house is a fucking wreck. You know, they see the shoes on the table. And Tori's like, okay, this is not a bear, okay?
What the fuck?
They see the shoes.
This is not a bear, Nathan.
Yeah, this isn't a fucking bear.
A bear just comes in and ransacks the house and shines our shoes.
Yeah. But so anyway, like they go through it, and then Ozzy asks Alex if you can kill a leprechaun, and he's like, yeah, with a gun. So the bell rings from the fucking, the bicycle, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because at first Ozzy found the bicycle, the bell, and was annoying Tori with it. And they were sitting down talking about that, and it was ringing again. And Tori's like, oh, for fuck's sake, Ozzy, stop ringing that bell. And they were looking at him like, we're not. And then it's like, the oh shit starts to come on.
Yeah, and that's when, what's his face? That's when Nathan goes outside to investigate the sound. And he fucking steps and falls into a bear trap.
Yeah.
You dumb fuck.
Bitches be tripping, man. Just like tripping.
Well, then the leprechaun comes out of nowhere and is like taunting him, and then he tries to hack his leg with a hatchet. And so Nathan's like fighting him off, and everybody else finally comes outside and sees that it's a leprechaun, but are still in disbelief that it's a leprechaun.
Yeah, because like, what is it? Well, I'm a leprechaun.
No, you're not a leprechaun. I'm a leprechaun. No, you're fucking not.
You're
dude.
in denial.
Yeah, you're a liar. Fucking Cameron Mitchell pops out. I'm a leprechaun. You're a liar. So,
but this has to be the most comedic like horror fight scene I've ever seen, because literally Nathan is not moving around on his legs at all. He's staying in the same spot, and he's just he's pushing the leprechaun away from him. Just he comes at him again, hits him again, and they're like, "Go get the gun!" Okay, Alex runs in, gets a shotgun. He fucking like pelts him with a freaking pistol whip on the stock.
yeah.
And then proceeds to shoot him.
Like 7 times. He wastes, or 6 or 7 times, he wastes so much ammo into a bush.
He hits him once, and they clearly see
There it
the
was.
bullet hit him, or the shotgun hit him. But then he's like, oh, I gotta make sure. He fucking like quadruple, triple, double taps it. In the fucking bush where there's literally no body there.
Yeah, there's no body and no body.
Yeah.
And he just assumes that he got him, because that's what you do. You just assume. You don't go check for a body. You just assume that you got the fucker.
But yeah, they get back in the house. And it's like, was that a leprechaun, Tor? It's like, it's not a leprechaun.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a leprechaun.
It's not the leprechaun.
After you pointed out, that motherfucker said that to her face, like in plain sight. Oh, I'm a leprechaun.
Yeah, dude. Like, they go in, okay, and like, first off, before they even go in, I fucking noticed that, like, Ozzy, first off, there's a lot of shit that happens in this sequence, and it's fucking hilarious, okay? So Ozzy goes inside to call the cops, and the way he fucking says it, it just makes me laugh. He's like, help, help, the attack is on, the attack is on, it's happening, there's a leprechaun here. And it reminded me of VJ Emmy. Yeah, the leprechaun is on, the attack is on.
The leprechaun! The leprechaun!
The leprechaun! The leprechaun! He just...
Goldie, Goldie, Goldie!
Shooty, shooty, shooty!
Arish Commando.
Yeah, exactly. Clovemando blows him the fuck up. And shoe shine. So that happens, and then they get in the truck because they're gonna try to leave. And this is what pissed me off. Why the fuck didn't Tori run inside and grab her cell phone?
Yeah, because doesn't she rip the phone off the wall?
Well, later, but she's drinking that dumb bitch juice right now.
Yeah.
And the leprechaun disables the truck. Then he goes into the barn and fucking builds this like go-kart with a damn pitchfork on the front of it. Sings Reading Around the Rosie and hits the truck so hard that it flips it over several times. But they have all escaped the truck.
Yeah.
And he chases them into the house and loses his hand at the door when she goes away from, because they shut the door on his hand and he loses it.
So holding me to the door handle.
Yet another person in this episode that's lost their fucking hand.
Another one.
Exactly. Another one. Now Tori decides to use her fucking cell phone and it dies.
Magically.
But what's fucked up is that the sheriff, whenever Ozzy calls, they're just like, he's done this before. Like, they basically mentioned that he's done this with like UFOs, with fucking like all kinds of other shit. Mm-hmm. And so nobody ever believes whenever he has a problem. I mean, there's something wrong now. There's a problem, and they're not gonna fucking dispatch out. Well, finally, when she called, she got out just enough for them to send somebody out. But the Leprechaun has already killed this motherfucker and responds by mimicking the dude's voice in the car.
Which is tripping.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he basically kept his car on standby for whatever, and he was mimicking the voice. Basically, just deceiving the sheriff. Was like, nah, I'll if I need backup, I'll let you know.
Yeah, so then Tori decides to leave with the shotgun to go get the money, or go get the gold out of the well, because Ozzy and Alex finally fess up to where they, hit it. And he gets this money, and he goes back and counts it, and he's missing one, and it's the one that Ozzy fucking swallowed. So now we have the plot twist of the movie, where it's like, okay, here's where the danger's going to be.
Yep.
Another danger zone. This is where he attacks the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, oh my God. There's so many one-liners in this movie, it was hard to keep up with. There's a sequence where he is at the end of a hallway, where a hallway will tee off, and they are trying to shoot him, and he is literally like mocking them, going back and forth on a skateboard with like, posing on it, and like, hello, can't get to me, it's stupid shit.
I can just imagine the VJ and me laugh while he's going back and forth. It comes back around. Shoots again, comes back around.
Over and over again.
I would have loved to see that happen.
Just make a fucking just make a clip of that happening.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the funniest part of this whole fucking thing was Nate is trying to shoot him out of one of the cabinets, or all the cabinets or whatever. Well, then he gets close up to it, and then a drawer opens up and his hand comes out and just grabs his fucking dick. Found me gold. Oh shit.
Quit digging around.
Don't dick with me.
You're a cocky one, aren't you?
Exactly. Well, he shoots him again. Leprechaun gets shot a lot of times in this movie. He doesn't fucking die ever. So there's a lot of more shenanigans. Ozzy finally admits that he ate the gold coin to the Leprechaun. And he tells Tori that the old man, Grady, is actually still alive in a rest home. And he would know how to kill it.
So she ends up driving the Jeep to this rest home.
Whenever they're doing this, and it's funny, they set it up because Ozzy and Nathan come out and they throw all the shoes from the house onto the dirt. So
And
the Leprechaun has to...
Yeah, he's just so freaked out. He's like, oh, no, I gotta polish these shoes.
Bitch.
I mean, there was like 20 shoes all over the floor, all over the ground. Just he was going through each one like, ah.
And then after that happens, like they show Tori driving away, and then he magically deliciously appears like in green behind the Jeep, and he's hanging on to it, and he's got skates on. Where did he get skates? We don't know. We don't give a fuck. But goddamn, if this wasn't one of the best fucking scenes.
He ends up like losing grip, I guess, and then he rolls like off to the side into this fence. In the posture that he ran into is the hole that was made in the fence.
It's some straight up Wile E. Coyote, Sylvester the Cat shit, dude.
Yeah. So he ends up like dusting himself off, and he just like speed rolls. Go speed roller.
Dude, I swear on everything. This is the greatest character I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Like growing up, I knew it then, and I still know it. So she gets to the rest home, and she finds Grady, but it's not Grady.
Yeah, it's the Leprechaun posing as him and chases her down the fucking halls in the wheelchair.
And another funny sequence. And I love that they put in like the tire squealing whenever he would round a corner. You just hear, church. He fucking. It's so stupid. I love it. God, it's so dumb.
Oh man.
So she finally gets into an elevator and he crashes into it because it's funny. You just hear ding and you just hear. He just kind of. And he crashes into it. Right?
Yeah.
Well, then Grady just through the top of the fucking elevator and he's like dead or dying because he got to him. And he basically tells her that she's got to get a 4-leaf clover and put it on his body. Put it on his body.
Gotta touch him. You gotta touch his body.
Irish Spring. Lather and rinse all over your body.
It's time to Irish Spring into action. You must do it. You must touch it.
Which there's a lot of concept of that, just touching things in this duo right here.
Yeah.
But yeah. So she ends up rolling back to the house, and there's this magical green light.
It's a magical day. Neil Green.
over this patch of grass. And she's just thumbing through like, 4-leaf clover, where are you?
This is a very well-lit farm at night. Because I don't think there's a lot of lights out there, but for some reason we can see everything.
Yep.
And they're looking through all this fucking shit, and Tori winds up finding it. First off, she gets chased, and she finds a dead cop, and she winds up sticking the dead cop's baton through his fucking eyeball, dude.
And I'm going to revisit this because earlier he threw his baton in the middle of the forest.
Yep.
How the fuck does he just happen? Well, not the cop, but how does he have the nightsticks just sitting there in the cop car?
Yep. Unless he brought it with him. That's the only thing I can think is that the leprechaun brought it back with him.
I mean, it makes sense because in the whole sequence where he had the little car, he had a whole bunch of shit packed up in the back of it. But, I mean, if it wasn't shoes, I would assume he wouldn't pick it up. Because he threw away the cop's gun.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's got magic.
He doesn't want weapons. So, again, that just throws all that out the window. Why did he have his fucking baton in the car when he threw it in the forest?
I don't know. But he took his fucking eye out with it. She jams it right in his fucking eye.
Yeah, and I thought he broke it out to where they had the chunk of the baton stuck in his eye hole.
It was painful looking.
So what does he do? He grabs Trippett's face and pulls his eye out.
Ugh.
And just puts it back in his eye, or his eye socket. Over the overlapping chunk of fucking nightstick. Gross.
Yeah.
But then the Nathan Brigade pops in, shoots him through the freaking car, like on one side to the other, gets Tori, runs back to the house. They all find the fucking 4-leaf clover, and it's like a magical golden light over her hand.
Yeah, because Ozzy convinces her to believe in it.
You must believe.
And then poof, it appears. Meanwhile, in the fucking barn, Alex is up in that bitch setting traps, and I'm just sitting there just like, okay, Clover McAllister.
Yeah.
Like, have fun with this shit.
Clove alone.
Yeah, exactly. And he winds up getting incapacitated by the leprechaun. The leprechaun's trying to fucking kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And Ozzy basically saves his life by saying, it's me you want. I swallowed your coin. And the leprechaun's like, well, fuck, it's your belly I want. He fucking goes after his ass and proceeds to just fuck him up with the buckle of his shoe. Like, he's just slicing him the fuck up, dude.
1, 2, buckle my shoes. Yeah. 3, 4, hold door.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God.
Yeah. But yeah, so while Ozzy
5, 6, I'll grab your dicks.
So yeah, Leprechaun's slashing him with his belt buckle, and Alex is like, "I'm gonna save you, Ozzy. Hold on." So he wads a gum with the 4-leaf clover on it. He's like, "Hey, Leprechaun,
Huh.
fuck your Lucky Charms."
Yeah, fuck you, Lucky Charms. And just
Shoots a fucking slingshot with that clover gum into his mouth, and he's just like, and just starts melting.
fucking choke on it, you whore.
Yeah. And he falls into the well behind him, just this big gooping mess of, Irish.
The gooping mess of Irish.
Yeah. Gooping mess of Ireland.
But he doesn't die all the way. He just comes out like a melted skeleton. I want me go.
So what do they do then? Fucking Nathan just like pistol whips like shotgun.
Yeah, right in the face. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Right in the face. Pours gasoline in this well. strikes the match, and guys, you know what's coming. I mean,
But guess what? That gets the cops' attention.
exactly, like, of all the things, all we had to do was just send an explosive smoke signal to the fucking air.
Blow up the well. Okay.
Oh, well. Fuck it.
What are y'all doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, so the movie basically ends, the cops show up, and they're, around everything, and nobody's going to believe what the fuck happened there. Like, at all. And unless they pull the corpse out of the fucking well, which, whatever.
Who the fuck wants to do that?
Yeah. So the leprechaun, like, you hear it, like, saying that, he recites some stupid fucking poem. He's like, I'll be back for my gold, and blah, 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 and just credits roll.
Yeah.
That's Leprechaun. I don't really think it's too much of a struggle on this week's, dude.
I mean, on one hand, you had very poorly done sequences that were hilarious at times. And then the other hand, you had a decent film with comic, elements into it. So, I mean, I like Leprechaun a lot more for a lot of reasons, but
Yeah.
I mean, Troll 2 wasn't terrible because of the fact that it was just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
But if we're looking at entertainment value, I think Leprechaun is like the clear fucking winner this week, honestly.
Yeah.
And check them both out. And hell, if you've got Amazon Prime or anything that you can stream it on, go look for the documentary, Best Worst Movie, and it's about It's like catching up on the people that were involved with Troll 2 and the making of it and the actors and stuff. And the actor that played the kid, Joshua, actually put this film together. So definitely go check that shit out. And I think Leprechaun is... I think both of these movies are actually available to rent or stream somewhere. I think Prime or not Netflix, but I think Tubi TV might be one that you can find Troll 2 on. But either way, you can find these movies.
You can
and watch
find
them. Next week we will be doing the episode with the horror in comics. Now, that's going to mean a lot of things because there's been like horror, like Tales from the Crypt style kind of shit, but there's a lot of horror elements in some of the comics that we still enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not so much typical like you would think, where it's like, oh, horror in comics, we're going to strictly cover like horror comic books. We'll talk about some of those, but maybe like characters that were influenced by like horror themes or characters that are above and beyond fucking scary at times, like Carnage, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll kind of take a small dive into that. I'm just saying.
Small dive into hell.
We're gonna take a dive as small as the Leprechaun into
the whale.
Exactly. Yeah. And then after that, we will be back with another Cult Cinema Showdown. And this one's going to be fucking fun. It's going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 versus Jason Libb's Friday the 13th Part 6. And you're probably thinking, why would you put a second and a sixth film against each other? Well, the answer is very fucking simple. Self-awareness.
Yeah.
These movies were so fucking self-aware. And we'll get into that once that episode rolls around. But God damn it, you got 4 more episodes of Spooky Media Bros that's going to be happening.
Plenty of spoopies.
So get your friends together and just listen and just have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, watch these movies and prepare yourselves. Go prep yourselves.
Are you afraid of the dorks?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much us year round, but
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, past, present, and future episodes are available at supermediabrospodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can check us out on Ko-fi or Patreon if you'd like to make a small donation towards us or sign up for the Patreon stuff. We'll have another episode that'll drop before the end of the month, and we'll have more next month, and so on and so forth.
Y'all know the drill.
Yep. Which, by the way, definitely want to take a chance because I've been slacking and thank our Patreons. We've got Marlon from the Alternate Sides podcast. We got Tara, Chase from Straight Shot Home. God damn it. Like he's the newest one.
Mm-hmm.
So you check those guys out too. We did a fucking interview with them like a while back and Their music's fucking badass. Go check them
those
out.
awesome homies of ours.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, the faves of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Go check them out too. Yeah. So anyway, also social media, facebook.com/supermediabros, twitter.com/supermediabros_, and instagram.com/supermediabros podcast, where all of the stupid pictures remain.
And will continue to be put on too.
Yeah. Look at our stupid faces and look at our stupid memes and pictures and episode flyers and everything in between.
Yup.
It is balls ass hot. So we're going to get the fuck out of here. And it's not even like the same as we normally sign out.
No.
Because fuck, it's spooky time.
All the spooky times.
But even in the dark, we still have our fucking shades on. Because we wear our sunglasses at night. So until next time, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I've been Okami.
Shades on.
Read it off.